In 1800, this is what the United States of America looked like. It spanned half the continent, from the Atlantic Ocean to the Mississippi River. The Mississippi was the major highway for settlers living in the western lands. Crops and other goods would be shipped down the river to the port of New Orleans, and from there to markets along the East Coast. Nothing was more important than free navigation of the Mississippi and free access to New Orleans. New Orleans had been founded in 1718 and was the capital of New France. But all that changed after the French and Indian War. Remember, that was the war in which France lost all of its territory east of the Mississippi to the British. Well, during the war, France signed a secret pact with Spain. In exchange for their support against the British, France gave the Spanish all the land they controlled west of the Mississippi to the Rocky Mountains, the Louisiana Territory. For a while, everything was fine. Spain allowed American farmers to use the river and store their goods in New Orleans duty-free. Then things changed. By 1800, Napoleon Bonaparte was in control of France. Napoleon had visions of re-establishing a French empire in North America, so he arranged for Spain to give the land back to France. Americans became afraid. Even before the transfer took effect, there was a taste of what might come. Spain announced that New Orleans would no longer be open to American shipping. Western farmers demanded war. President Thomas Jefferson believed that there was no place on earth more vital to the interests of the young nation than New Orleans. So, he came up with a plan. He offered $2 million to buy New Orleans from France. By this time, Napoleon was embroiled in a long and costly war with Britain, and the offer of money was appealing. So, when the American minister in Paris offered $2 million for New Orleans, the French minister asked how much the United States would be willing to pay for all of Louisiana. In April of 1803, the deal was struck. And for $15 million, roughly 3 cents an acre, the United States doubled in size. There were a few problems. First of all, President Jefferson wasn't certain the Constitution allowed him to make this kind of purchase. He wanted to wait and ask Congress to propose an amendment that would give him the authority. But others persuaded him not to wait. One other problem was that no one really knew the exact boundaries of the territory. When asked, the French minister said, "I can give you no direction. You have made a noble bargain for yourselves, and I suppose you will make the most of it." Make the most of it the United States certainly did. All or part of 13 states came from the Louisiana Purchase. Louisiana, Arkansas, Missouri, Kansas, Nebraska, Iowa, South Dakota, North Dakota, and parts of Oklahoma, Minnesota, Montana, Wyoming, and Colorado. The Louisiana Purchase has been called the greatest land deal in history, and one of the most amazing things about it is that it all happened with the stroke of a pen. Not one shot was fired. That would not be the case with the next land deal.